Christmas is celebrated all over the world, and different cultures have their own ways of making Christmas special, often with a special food served at a special time. In the Czech Republic, it's Vánočka, a sweet braided bread served on Christmas Eve. Now I'm here in the kitchen with Tom Slepicka in Cedar Rapids, and we are making this sweet braided bread. This is from the Czech Republic, but a lot of European countries have sweet braided breads. What makes this one special?
You're totally correct. This one makes special a few things. First of all, it's maybe slightly sweeter than some, and there is a very important, a very light undertone of the lemon zest and also vanilla extract. So it's kind of have a nice aroma, nice texture, nice flavor, and it's absolutely perfect for any kind of just by itself or with butter or with a preserve or marmalade.
Nice. So it has a unique flavor, but it also has a long and unique history, right?
Yes, this one has a history which comes back to 14th century.
Wow.
When it was first mentioned. The monk in the monastery invented this braided bread, which is supposed to resemble the covered baby Jesus.
Oh, Jesus in the swaddling.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. Wow.
And then in the 16th century, it became a dessert or so-called sweet bread, I guess, which was allowed to be made just by certified master bakers.
Oh,
so
wow.
Nobody else could supposedly do it. But in the 18th century, it became a mainstream and people were allowed to make it at home. And there is a lot of interesting fact that when Czech people actually make them, they have a lot of habits for a good luck. So sometimes
so that it'll turn out okay?
Yeah, so sometimes they jumping between certain steps or standing on one leg when the dough rising. So,
well, and you are going to demystify the process for us. Show us how we get started.
So first, we need to create a leaven, which will kind of activate our dough in the next step. And it's actually very simple.
Okay.
I have here warm milk, active dry yeast, powdered sugar, so yeast get
yeast loves
fat,
sugar.
yes,
Yep.
and some bread flour. All-purpose flour can be used as well. And now we will give it a nice stir until everything fully combined, and then we will have to wait about 15 to 30 minutes until the leaven double.
All right.
And when it's double, we can do the dough.
Okay, and we also have to get the raisins ready to go in. You don't just dump raisins into your dough.
I mean, you can if you want to. But the best is to take the raisins and let them marinate, or I should say soak, with a rum.
Oh yeah, that looks like there's been a lot going on in there.
Right, it's about a double and it's ready to be put to our dough soon. But first we need to cream our butter with sugar, vanilla extract and eggs.
All right, perfect. And this, I mean, this almost looks like making cookies.
Right, so I will, I guess, start with eggs. I like to crack eggs on the edge, just like that. Sometimes people like flat surface, either or works. And next, we put there the butter, and it's very important for butter to be at room temperature as well as eggs.
All right, so the eggs had been sitting out to get up to temperature,
Yes.
the butter's been sitting out, that's great.
And then a little bit of vanilla extract, which is very important. And finally, granulated sugar.
So as we're putting these things together, tell me what you remember about this bread from when you were little.
I have a very great memory of my childhood because we still own in Czech Republic nice large family house, which is typical as a lot of houses there, that it's split to few apartments, few independent apartments. And my grandma, well, while she was still alive, she used to live in the bottom one. And every Christmas, I remember this absolute perfect smell which come from the house when she actually put loaves of this bread outside for all family members. So it has a very special memories
Yeah.
and I really enjoy it.
So when you
Since then.
smell it, it makes you feel like a little boy again?
Right, exactly.
Wonderful.
Yeah, so that's exactly what I have in my mind every time when I'm preparing this with my daughters right now. And this bread, it's more than just a bread. It's a symbol of Christmas. It's something special which put family together and which make us all realize that it's here.
Oh, that's so special.
A little bit of milk, which we preheated.
And this is one of the special ingredients that
Right.
makes it unique, right?
One of the other special ingredients, you are totally correct. And first slow. And when the ball is clean, kind of, that's when the dough is ready. And it has a little sticky texture, but not very much. It doesn't leave a residue. And we need one more thing. We need to add the raisins. And if you have any rum left, we don't worry about it. We add it all anyway.
Okay.
So let's just put it there. And now it will be just a minute until it's incorporated. That's simple it is. Our dough is ready.
Wonderful.
And it needs that 2 to 3 hour, maybe even a little more, rest in the preferably warm place.
Okay, well, let's give this dough some time. All right, the dough has proofed, and now you are ready to shape. And this is the fun part, right?
Right, that's when magic happens.
Great, well, show us what to do.
So I have one dough, and I have it on lightly floured surface, and I will just split it to 6 even pieces. You can even use scale if you want to, but I will just eyeball it.
Okay.
If one is a little longer than other, doesn't matter. And then what we're gonna do, we need to roll them to long strings, and as long as possible in a way, but it should be in general about 14 inches for size of the loaf.
Okay.
And I will first put them on the side, and then when all of them are rolled, we are gonna put them to special position and start braiding.
Wonderful, so a 6-strand braid.
So 3 on one side, 3 on other side. And before we start, it's very important to have this end pinched together very well. And now we kind of cross our hands and we will do motion. And first we will take these 2 strands and we will turn it over each other and then place it to the right. And then while we are on the right, we take the next one and place it to the air on the left, and the next one go to this direction. So we're always going left, right, that's how it's going. And then we take one and move it right there, and then again take one and moving to the other side. So we're always having that nice split. While you get to this end, you just kind of put it under because you don't want it, you can squeeze it with the fingers. And this is our Vánočka. If you don't mind to give me the baking sheet first.
Oh, sure, yes.
Yeah, thank you. And I will put it right there. And now we need this Vánočka to proof for about an hour or so until it's double. And when it's double, I will bake it. And before I let it rest in the oven, I will just give a nice brush with egg and milk mixture.
All right, and this is going to make it beautiful and shiny.
Right.
All right, the dough has been proofing for 60 minutes. It's big and beautiful. That's wonderful.
And now we just have to bake it. But before we do so, I will use rest, or at least part of the rest of the milk and egg brush, and I want to nicely brush it. That will make it actually very shiny product in the end.
Okay, and then when we do bake it, how long do we bake it for?
First 15 minutes, about 350 degrees Fahrenheit, and then next 45 minutes in 300 degrees Fahrenheit. And it's important to apply the toothpick test. You can do it even a few minutes before the 60-minute interval to find out if it's maybe already done or if it needs maybe a few more minutes over that 60 minutes.
Okay, wonderful. Let's put it in the oven.
Sounds good.
Now we get to try it, right?
Let's do it.
All right.
Look at the end piece.
Oh, wonderful.
There we
Thank
go.
you. It's sweet, and that raisin, rum raisin taste is very distinctive. This reminds me of some other sweetbreads I've had, but now I know this is what a Czech sweetbread tastes like. This is wonderful. Tom, thank you so much.
Thank you very much.